We can take the 9 first warning radar, put it on top of the traffic map here. You can really see Jennifer talking about all of that rain out there. Lawrenceburg, making your way around the 275 loop there in northern Kentucky. And this crash just popping up. We'll check on that in just a second. But you can kind of zoom in and see some of that heaviest rain right now right there in Florence. And you can see it best on our cameras here. This is 7175 right at Burlington Pike, that northbound traffic. But if you look right there in the traffic light, you can see some of that rain. Again, you're going to be dealing with it for the bulk of the morning commute right now in northern Kentucky. We'll take another look around the 275 loop here in just a second. And again, Jennifer said we'll be watching for that fog as the morning continues. We do, so we're tracking it as you get out the door for your morning commute. You can see northern Kentucky really being hit as it makes its way into downtown. But as we kind of zoom over, you can see right now that some of that heaviest rain falling in Alexandria. So really Alexandria Pike over to the AA highway and soon making its way over 52 there, Kellogg Avenue into Clermont County. That's where you're going to be watching for it. We're going to give you a live look to show you just how hard it's coming down in just a few minutes. Here's where you're watching. Jennifer's talking about some of that lighter rain. That's the green you're seeing. We'll zoom in here as it's heading east. You can kind of see that heavier rain come in Pierce Township right here. But even as you make your way through Withamsville, Batavia, even Union Township, that's where you're going to start seeing some of that heavier rain moving into town as well. So really the edge of the 275 loop here coming around Clermont County. But that's not the only spot. Here's 75 Mitchell Avenue. We just heard the rain on the roof here outside the studio, and I can tell you that this got a pretty good soaking as well as you're getting around. But the good news, the traffic's still light on 75 as you're getting out the door. No delays there just yet. This is some of that heavier rain that we're talking about. It was moving from the west side. Really here, you're looking Park Hills, Fort Mitchell getting hit right now. So past Kyles Lane, that's where you might be seeing some of that heavier rain. And then also if you were River Road coming again from the west side of town, you were having to deal with it. We're going to take that live look 75 for Mitchell. And if you can look way up here in the corner, you can see some of those flashing lights. That's the southbound side just before the Mitchell Avenue exit. So either police have someone pulled over, could be a broken down, but it looks like it's over in the left lane as you kind of squeeze by, give them plenty of room to get around this morning. And Jennifer was pinpointing really 471 right here. So Newport, Fort Thomas, the AA highway, that's where you're dealing with a lot of that heavier rain. But inside the 275 loop, you're still going to see a lot of that wet pavement really wherever you are. Here's a live look. It's very difficult to see and it's very dark out there, but here's the Carroll Cropper Bridge. There's a crash 275 eastbound. It's got the right lane blocked just past the bridge, so that's something you got to watch for. That might slow you down. The good news is traffic is still really light out there this morning. We're already seeing trouble spots on 75 South, and that's where we're going to show you a live look coming up next. And we're watching just where Jen has been tracking this morning out near Lawrenceburg. That darker green color is really the heaviest band of rain that's moving across the 275 loop in northern Kentucky, headed right toward Hebron and CVG. If you've got to go to the airport this morning, you're going to be driving through some of that rain. Also, the fog that you're dealing with that Jen said could linger till about 10 o'clock this morning. This is right over the Carroll Cropper Bridge. The bridge in the distance here, the right lane was blocked, headed eastbound from an earlier crash. Hopefully that's cleared up. We'll let you know just as soon as it does. Well, I paid $203 yesterday, but that was all the way in the middle of nowhere, Indiana, like past Batesville. So not as cheap here. As you're getting out the door right now, pay attention because there are showers still within the 275 loop, particularly on the west side of town. You're still seeing it in Green Township and coming across 74 this morning. You're dealing with the fog all the way out in Lawrenceburg. Again, Montana Avenue, we've been seeing it, and we're going to give you a look at the Combsdale Bridge here in just a second. But this is what you need to pay attention to. Here's 71 at US 50. So this is if you just go past Fort Washington Way, just before Columbia Parkway and the 471 ramps. You can see the left lane is blocked, and they put up some flares because as we sort of saw, traffic was backing up and everyone trying to get over at the last second. So it looks like this could be sticking around for much more of the morning commute. And here's a look at the fog over the Combsdale Bridge. Traffic's still light coming into northern Kentucky, but when you do take a look at northern Kentucky on 71, 75, you can see 3-minute delay there and 3 minutes slow on 75 South.